And good morning, this is Mike Lodge. I'm glad to be here with you. I hope you have your cup of coffee or your lunch or whatever time of the day it is. Maybe you're sitting down and having dinner. Listen, this is the Business Advisory, and today, as I promised you, we are going to talk about budgets and what you have to look at. Every single one of us need to have a budget. And we need to be able to sit down on the monthly basis, put in all of our expenses, and compare it to what we budgeted for. Actual versus budget. In business, that's what we call it, actual versus budget. And then we need to start looking at items that we can make adjustments for. So I have a free budget on my website at www.lodge.co.com under the Business Advisory, and you'll see a little button down about in the middle of the page that says budget. I want you to use it because it's free. It's absolutely free and it's easy to use. It even has an example of what to do and then how to record it on a month-to-month basis, January all the way through December. It's important that we do this. And the first things that we look at on that budget, of course, is our income. What sources of income do we have coming in? Is it W-2 income? Is it 1099 income if you're self-employed? Is it Social Security income? Is it retirement income? List all the money that is coming in. That is your cash flow in. Okay? And you need to know what those are. Maybe you have rentals that are coming in. You need to know what that cash flow that's coming in to sustain you every single month. Then we have to sit down, we have to look at your expenses. The first part of the budget that I have online is your housing expenses. And those housing expenses are items such as your mortgage and rent, your phone, which is either Zoom, a cell, a landline, or whichever source you're using, your electricity, your gas, your water and sewer, your cable, waste removal, maintenance and repairs, supplies, and miscellaneous other. Those are the items that you need to focus on because those are the items that are going to sustain you. Those are the ones that are going to take care of your kids, make sure there's food in there and everything else. The second portion of that, which is over to the right-hand side of the spreadsheet, is entertainment. Your video DVDs, your CDs that you're buying, your movies, your Netflix, your concerts, your sporting events, your live theater, other. Okay? List those in there. Whatever you're spending on entertainment, and that's your Hulu accounts, that's your, whatever account that you're using, your cable expenses that are going out. Those are the items that you need to look at. List every single one. And you may have a whole bunch of apps that you're missing. Put all of your apps in there, okay? Because they're the ones that are costing you money. So we're talking about right now, we're talking about setting up your budget so that you know what outgoing money is going to be on a monthly basis. Then we have to look at our transportation. Vehicle payments. So you might have a lease or you might have a loan on a car. Your bus and taxi fares, your insurance to run that in that car, your licensing, your fuel, your maintenance, and whatever else you have on there. You have to look at those. And then we have to look at all of your loans, okay? And that's on the right-hand side of the budget sheet also. So we're looking at your personal loans, your mortgage loans, your credit card loans, credit card. I don't know how many credit cards you guys have, but let's start reducing that. So that way we will know what your projected payment is going to be on that. I would put some notes in there also of what the total amount that you owe and what you're going to pay down. You have got to make a commitment on paying down these items. Then your insurance, which is your home, your health, your life. Okay? Home, health, and life. Your automobile insurance is up in automotive. But you have your insurance and what you're paying. Home, health, life. Okay? Home, health, life. And maybe you're even paying your medical. Then that would be under other. So if you're paying your own medical insurance, put that in there. Then we need to look at your taxes. What are you paying out in taxes? Or do you have anything that's owed to the federal or to the state or any to property taxes that you need to look at? identify what your tax liabilities are that are sitting out there. Then we need to look at your food, whether your groceries, you're dining out, okay? Cut out the dining out at the moment. We're in an inflationary time. Prices have gone up. You can cook a lot cheaper at home. Maybe once a month that you go out, but don't think that you have to eat out every single day. That is the most expensive thing. I remember one time, in fact, it was about 4 years ago, I was looking at my meals and expenses for my business. This is when I was still in Los Angeles, and we were up to $22,000. To me, that's a lot of bucks. That's a good salary I could pay myself. But we were spending it on eating it out at lunch and taking clients out and all of the other stuff. Then you need to look at your savings and investments. That's your retirement accounts, and your investment accounts. What are other accounts that you might have out there? You may have some various stock trading accounts that you're doing online. Put that in there. What is your projected cost on that? Because you have some fees in there. Don't think you don't have fees. There are fees in there. Now, a lot of us, and I'm guilty of this because I've got 3 of them, I always call them my expense account because they're the ones that cost, I think, almost more than my food. And that's pets. Whether you're spending on food, medical, grooming, toys, treats, whatever it may be, write that down, what you're spending on those pets each month. Your gifts and donation. What are you giving out to your church? Are you giving a 10% tithe? Are you tithing? Are you giving to special projects? What is your commitment that you have made to your charitable organization or to your church? Especially if you've done tithing. Because now you know that if you've made $1,000, you've got to pay 10% of that to God. Then we have items that we need to look at, which is our personal care, our medical. For you women out there, your hair and nails, some of you men do that too. Clothing, your dry cleaning, your health club, organizational dues and fees, etc. They could all be in there. But you've got to identify it. And then you have to look at your legal. Do you have any attorney fees? Do you have any alimony fees, alimony that you have to pay out? Any child support payments of a lien of a judgment? What are your monthly costs on those items? So now we know pretty much of what our total expenses are. Okay? And with that, you know that your income is so much, your expenses going out is so much. And let me tell you, if you're breaking even, you're lucky. But the majority of you have so much credit card debt that you are over what you're earning. So you have more going out than what's coming in. That's the majority of Americans at the moment, from living from paycheck to paycheck, because inflation has gone up and it has eaten away at anything that you are making. So we have a problem, and that problem is that we have to sit down and we have to work on our budgets. It's so very important. Again, there's a free budget Excel spreadsheet. It's on my website at www.lodge-co.com. Go to it, download it, use it on a monthly basis. And I want to make one other point here too, okay? One of you, if you're married or if you're living with a significant other, one of you may be tremendous at numbers. I applaud you. But there is an issue that you need to address, and that is that if you are with someone, if you're living with someone, if you're married to someone, if you're committed to someone, both of you have to sit down and work on that budget together on a monthly basis. That means you need to compare what your expenses are and what you've spent your money on. A lot of times, it's very easy to say, okay, well, you're good at that, so you do it and just tell me what it is later on. If you and your spouse or your significant other do not know what you're doing on a month-to-month basis, that means that one of you is just out there not thinking about what they're spending their money on. They're just spending the money. But if you both know what you've worked on and you know what your in and out is, you're going to be thinking every single time you spend money, do I really need to do that? Is there something here that I can do better? Is there someplace cheaper I can get that at? Is it something that is needed by the family? Or can I take that $200 expense that I was going to spend on myself and use it for my kids, or use it for extra food, or putting away supplies, building up a stock pile of food? When we live in inflationary times, we have to think with inflationary minds. And our heads have got to be rolling every single time that we are spending money. It's so easy to spend money, isn't it? It's just like eating. It's so easy to eat really good food, but when it comes to dieting and getting it off your belly, it's hell. Well, that's it today. So go to www.lodge.co.com. Look for the tab up at the top that says Business Advisory or 60-Minute Business Advisory. Click on it. Go down to the middle page. Click on the Excel spreadsheet on budgets. Use it. Get to know it. And you will be able to make it through this inflationary, recessionary time very easily because you're thinking about how you're spending your money. That's how you make money, is by thinking about how you're spending your money. That's it for today. Everybody, I love you. Talk to you tomorrow. God bless. Bye-bye.